Hi, I'm Maddie. Everything on Earth depends on the sun to survive. That's what I thought. But deep down on the ocean floor, a whole ecosystem thrives without energy from the sun. This whole discovery happened just not too long ago.
In 1977, scientists exploring the deep ocean floor came across some underwater volcanoes near the Galapagos Islands. These underwater volcanoes were located on a spreading ridge on the seafloor. These volcanoes created hot springs which were spewing black smoke. These openings on the seafloor are called hydrothermal vents. Hydrothermal vents are formed when cold seawater goes down through the ocean crust in between places where tectonic plates move apart or against each other, in this case apart, are heated by hot magma. Once the seawater is heated, it goes back up the ocean floor and forms the hydrothermal vents. The black smoke coming out from the vents are sulfide minerals solidifying as they cool.
Well, what do hydrothermal vents have to do with energy is probably what you're thinking. Well, the answer is everything!
Living around hydrothermal vents are bacteria that use the process of chemosynthesis to make energy for themselves. Chemosynthesis is the process of using energy from chemical reactions to make glucose. These chemosynthetic bacteria absorb and oxidize the hydrogen sulfide coming out from the hydrothermal vents and use the chemical energy released during oxidization along with hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and water in the seawater to produce glucose, also known as sugar, and sulfur or sulfur compounds, which is the byproduct of the chemical reaction. The equation for this situation would be CO2 or carbon dioxide plus H2O water plus H2S hydrogen sulfide equals C12H22O11 or glucose and SO4 or sulfur.
As you can see, this whole process happens without any sunlight at all.
One of the most abundant organisms living around hydrothermal vents that relies completely on chemosynthetic bacteria and chemosynthesis to survive is the giant tube worm. This organism has an endosymbiotic relationship with the chemosynthetic bacteria, which means that the tube worm has a symbiotic relationship with the chemosynthetic bacteria that lives inside the tube worm. This relationship is beneficial to both the tube worm and the bacteria because the bacteria are provided with shelter and the tube worm is provided with food and energy. The tube worm absorbs dissolved gases, which are hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and water, as mentioned earlier, from the hydrothermal vents and carries them to the bacteria inside of the tube worm for the bacteria to perform chemosynthesis and create sugar, which is energy for the tube worm to use.
As you've learned, the chemosynthetic bacteria are one of the most important parts of the food web. The bacteria are the primary producers for this underwater food web, just as plants using photosynthesis are the primary producers up on land.
From these bacterial mats and the process of chemosynthesis, an entire sea ecosystem thrives. Clams, mussels, and other grazing animals eat from the bacterial mats. The grazing animals are then eaten by crabs and shrimp, who are then eaten by larger crabs, fish, and octopi.
Isn't it amazing that all these organisms can function without any light from the sun? The discovery of chemosynthesis has been attracting many scientists in different fields, and new theories and possibilities have been created. Overall, the uncovering of the process of chemosynthesis has helped us better understand creatures once unfamiliar, and could maybe even help us learn more about how we can create energy without sunlight.